Welcome to Issues and Answers with Diane Kinderwater. Issues and Answers is presented as a public service to inform, educate, and better the lives of New Mexicans. And now, Issues and Answers with your host, Diane Kinderwater.
Welcome to Issues and Answers. I'm Diane Kinderwater, and when I'm donning my crazy balloon pin hat, we know it is Balloon Fiesta time here in New Mexico, but some of us think it's Balloon Fiesta time all year long. My guest is shaking it. Yeah, he's nodding. It is balloon. For him it is, because he's working all year long. And we know it takes a big team and a big team of volunteers to put on our magical event. And of course, the dates are October 4th through the 12th. We're right in the thick of things. Right now, the skies are bright and blue and the air is getting cool. We smell that chili roasting in the air, and those balloons are inflating and, of course, entertaining us all. On the show today, we're going to talk about what's new and different at Balloon Fiesta this year, and I think it's the 53rd year of Fiesta. We'll be back with our Lloyd Jr. right after this. Stay with us. You know, it's because it's Balloon Fiesta time, it's time for you to find your jackets, your mittens, your gloves, your hats. If you have a crazy hat like this, get ready for Balloon Fiesta because it's the time to have fun. And of course, last year was kind of warm. You didn't really need those heavy jackets, but it's always good to be prepared because we know it's cool in the evenings, cool in the mornings, I should say, and then it kind of warms up through the day. Balloon Fiesta, of course, is on now, and you can see it, though, with Balloon Fiesta Live, and I have with me the host and executive producer and the voice of Balloon Fiesta, Mr. Art Lloyd Jr. Thank you so much for being part of this program.
Well, good to be here with you, Diane. It's always fun to talk about Balloon Fiesta, and especially Balloon Fiesta Live.
And that's the live streaming program that airs, how many shows are
14 sessions.
14 sessions.
All 14 sessions, so it's live, commercial-free. Start at 6 o'clock for the morning sessions, 6 p.m. for the evening sessions, and we go until the balloons are done flying, or in the evening till the fireworks are done.
That's a long day for you, our Lloyd Jr.
It's
a long day.
It's more than 40 hours of coverage in 9 days. So it's a full work week of just the shows. That doesn't mean all the other times in there between. So, yeah, there's a lot of footage out there. And this will be our 9th year doing this. And you can go back and watch the previous 8 years. So you could start watching now and barely finish by the time Balloon Fiesta starts.
And this is my 2nd year as a navigator. Actually, I'm wearing a navigator shirt. That means I'm a volunteer.
Yes.
And the 2nd year that I'm going to be the field reporter, live field reporter. I mean, having a lot of fun. And you allow me to have a lot of fun with the guests, with the pilots, with the crew, with the volunteers, with the zebras.
Well, Ted Mays, who's the other anchor on the show, and myself, we're up on the rooftop studio, and we can tell you and what's going on with the balloons. We can describe all that action. But what you bring to the show is being able to take people right down onto the field and talk to a pilot, talk to a spectator, talk to a launch director or a zebra, like you call them. So you bring a different perspective to our audience there, and it just complements the stuff that Ted and I are able to do from the rooftop.
And what's really nice, Art Lloyd, is the fact that people, New Mexicans, a lot of them are New Mexicans, but again, what percentage, maybe 50% of the people are from out of state, or is it a higher percentage?
75% of the people who come to Balloon Fiesta have never been there before.
Wow.
And most of that 70% is from out of state.
And when they look at Balloon Fiesta Live, and you can download it on your phone as an app, very easy to do that, they get a sense of finding out what's going on with Balloon Fiesta. They see the balloons right there, but if they have it on their phone and they're listening to it, they can find out from you in the rooftop what these balloons are all about.
Yeah, and you can actually just download the Balloon Fiesta mobile app and stream it right from there. Go to the Balloon Fiesta webpage, balloonfiesta.com/live, and be able to pick it up there. You can also get it on our Facebook channel or our Facebook page or our YouTube channel.
What I get a kick out of, people from all over the world are on this app chatting.
And they're chatting, yes.
And they're chatting, not speaking, but chatting by typing.
Text chat, yeah.
Texting, chatting. And so you have your hands full with the microphone, seeing the balloons floating overhead, telling us what they are, but also answering people from South America, from Europe, who are chatting with you about the balloons because they're watching.
They are, and they want to be involved, and so they feel like they're there. I typically watch the YouTube channel, and Ted watches the Facebook channel. That's how we split that up, because there's other things going on. I've got a director or producer in my ear. I've got radios going on about what's going on. So yeah, we're paying attention to a whole lot of things. And it really is fun to have the audience interaction. When I can't remember what that balloon is, they'll tell us. Or they'll tell us some history behind it. They'll ask questions. And when we get to the glow nights, the chat people online, they're chatting flame emojis or cell phone emojis. So they're participating in the balloon glow right with us.
And I notice some of the chat people are chatting with each other, not just
Oh,
with
yes.
you and
Yes,
Ted.
yes,
and
they do.
You just get a kick. So it's truly entertainment. Of course, the balloons are entertainment, but looking at people from all over the world, and they're right there in your hand.
Well, it's
so cool.
Think about this. When you go to Balloon Fest, you go with a handful of people, and you're always chatting. Hey, look at that one. Look at this one. What about this? And so these people at home, they have the chat to talk to the people somewhere else in the world. So it's the same kind of enjoying Balloon Fiesta together. If you're not together in person, you can certainly do it on the online chat.
And some of these people who chat are with you every year.
Oh, they have been since the beginning.
So if you're here from New Mexico, you can become friends with people from all over the world through the Balloon Fiesta live chat.
And we're seeing more pilots start to show up on the chat as well. There was one pilot that was there before he flew every flight last year. And then there was actually another one that was listening to us during the competition flights. Because during the competition, either Ted or I will go down into the actual target area with a camera, and we're describing what's going on, and we'll be able to pick up, you know, the wind just shifted. It just did this. It just did this. So the pilot flying in is listening to that, and now he knows to be able to adjust for that shift. He's getting inside information from Balloon Fiesta Live during competition. It's really cool.
That is really cool. And the schedule again, starting the 4th with the Mass Ascension, October 4th is always the first full weekend in October is Balloon Fiesta time. Actually, Friday before we're doing the
Balloons Aloft.
Balloons Aloft at the elementary schools or the schools around the city.
And in Rio Rancho, yeah, we've actually expanded it from Albuquerque Aloft to Balloons Aloft this year because we've expanded the geographical area that we are sending balloons to on Friday morning. So we include Rio Rancho, and I think we might even be going down to Los Lunas this year.
So if your kids or your grandkids, make sure they go to school on Friday early.
150 some schools we're at.
Oh, that's fantastic. And then, of course, Saturday it starts with a Mass Ascension. How many balloons this year are we going to have?
We have about 550 primary pilots, and some of them bring more than one balloon. And some of them have additional pilots associated with them, so they can kind of have a backup. So when you really take the big totals, we really have more like, because there's 120 additional pilots, so that puts us at 670 some pilots and about 670 balloons. Like I said, some pilots will bring more than one balloon. They'll fly this balloon today and a different balloon tomorrow.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, so there's, 550 in the air, potentially any day, but you could see, if you really got to see every single one, you'd see more like 650 different balloons.
And of course, this year it's called the ExxonMobil Albuquerque International Balloon Fiesta. They're the major sponsor. This is a very nice program.
Let me go back to the other. That is actually a whole new sponsorship level for ExxonMobil. For the last 5 years, they have been the presenting sponsor. Before that, they continue to be the sponsor of Balloon Fiesta Live. But they've stepped up their game, and they are now the title sponsor. So yes, for the next 5 years, it will be the ExxonMobil Albuquerque International Balloon Fiesta. It's a 5-year deal.
Fantastic.
And now the program, yes.
Well, I was saying the program, it has it's just wonderful.
Got all the balloons.
All the balloons. I'm from Minnesota originally, so I was looking, there are at least 3 pilots from Minnesota.
41 states are covered in 12 countries this year.
41 states and 12 countries. A lot of the special shapes are from Brazil, as we see. I mean, I hear you talking about it, but now I'm able to look at the program and read all about and see where these balloons are from. What I noticed, just see if you ever noticed this, a lot of the special shaped balloons all have smiling all have faces. Maybe in the past we used to see, well, Mr. Peanut was a face. Maybe the Statue of Liberty or something. Well, that has a face.
We had cans in bottles in houses. Right. But even the TV that was out here one year had a smiling face on it. But it's all happy stuff.
But that's what I noticed. Everyone has a face.
Sure.
Everybody has a face.
Yeah.
I'm looking at my favorite, Chick-a-Boom. from Albuquerque. That's fun. And
That
I like
one-
the World Balloon too.
The Chicky Boom will only be there Thursday and Friday, which is the days we feature the special shapes. So you'll be able to see it Thursday and Friday morning, and for the Glodio, Thursday and Friday night.
If you want to see those special, but other special shapes fly in.
Most of the special shapes fly the entire 9 days, but we feature them on Thursday and Friday. So that's when all of them, there'll be about 117 of the special shapes.
And then we have the Globitos, which is what, this is the second, third year, fourth year?
Third or fourth.
Third or fourth year.
Yeah, those are remote control balloons. They're about 1/4 size of the regular balloons, but they're real balloons. They're made out of the same fabric. They have little burners. They have little small baskets. Because they're so much smaller, they actually can't lift up much weight. So the passengers will be stuffed animals. And this year, we're actually adding an event. We're going to feature the Globitos in the village of Los Ranchos on Monday night. So that Saturday, Sunday, Monday. Normally, there's not anything happening on Monday or Tuesday or Wednesday nights. This year, Monday night, glow in the village. We're going to take all of our Globitos down there, set them up. You're going to be able to enjoy all of the restaurants and other activities down there. And we're actually going to reveal the 2026 theme of Balloon Fiesta that night at Los Ranchos. Because next year is Route 66 100th anniversary. It's the 250th anniversary of the United States. So Balloon Fiesta's theme, I'm told, is going to tie into that. So kind of a new off-site free event with Globitos Monday night.
Wow, and that's in Albuquerque, what is it? The
village of Los Ranchos on 4th Street.
Ranchos.
For those of you in town, you know that they've made that kind of one lane in each direction and put some lights over the streets. It's going to be in that area.
Kind of a lot of traffic around there, and I know it's
The
always
roads will
hard
be
to get
stopped. The roads will be blocked, so you'll have to park and kind of walk in
fantastic.
for that event.
What time will that start? I didn't see
Got me on that
Around-
one. I'd have to check.
I'd say around 4 or 5. Get
5
there
o'clock,
early
I think,
because
yeah.
dusk they're gonna. Well,
It's kind of
they'll
a
be
glow.
glowing.
It's kind of a whole activity.
Oh, how wonderful!
So, yeah,
Free.
free.
This year there isn't a music fiesta.
Correct. No music fiesta this year. It takes a lot of time, lead time, to be able to identify the artists, get them under contract, those types of things. And we were finding that we were using too short of a lead time. So what we decided to do is to pause Music Fiesta for 2025 and start now working on 2026 so that we extend our lead time and we can be back with Music Fiesta next year, bigger, better than ever.
And again, next year's 150th anniversary. How many? 100 years for?
100 years for Route 66, 250 years for the
Wow,
for
so
the
it's
U.S.
going to be a big. Oh, we just had a big fiesta with the 50th,
Yeah.
right? And then we had the the lunar eclipse or
Yeah,
the solar eclipse.
the solar annual
That was
eclipse.
another big event, and now we're going to have the Route 66 big event.
America's Challenge is not happening this year either because of its proximity to Gordon Bennett, but next year it will be the 26th Gordon Bennett in 2026. So the numbers all line up nicely for next year for a lot of things, but that doesn't mean we're not going to have a great time and a great event this year.
We're going to have a great event this year, but boy, next year, just a lot going on. And especially adding the Globitos on a Monday night. I mean, if there weren't enough events with Balloon Fiesta, adding something else, congratulations on all of that excitement.
Yeah, sure. It's
Really
gonna be fun.
wonderful. How fortunate we are to be here in the land of enchantment to have this fantastic worldwide event. We used to call it the most photographed, and that's when they were able to kind of look at how many people process photos, and they
Right.
said, oh, they process a lot from this Balloon Fiesta. Now we have all these digital cameras,
Yeah.
but I imagine it's still the most photographed event.
Yeah, there's just no way to prove that by the
As
numbers
we used
anymore.
to.
But we all know that when people were taking actual photographs with cameras, probably, what was it, every third, fourth, fifth person had a camera. Now, everybody's got a camera, and you don't have to worry about buying the film, running out of film, processing. You know, everybody takes thousands of pictures. My official photographers, and that's a team of about 15, will provide me with 40,000 photographs. And that's after they've edited them.
Yes.
Yeah.
Each are about 1,500 or so. I talked to
yeah.
some of your photographers, and they are, of course, they love it.
Oh, they
and
do.
A lot of them are featured, of course, in the 2026 Balloon Fiesta calendar, which is a great deal.
Yep.
I mean, a great Christmas present to give people.
Sure, yeah, and it's a great reminder. And there's the other thing that's in there
Look at
that
this
I think
pretty-
people don't always get are all the historical balloon facts that are in there. When was the first balloon flight ever? When was the first gas flight? So when are those types of holidays available to you? We've added all those in there. Oh, there was even my picture going by. I don't know how that got in there. The little thumbnail down there on April.
There we go.
Yeah.
Fantastic. Again, I love giving these as Christmas presents because they're so easy to mail.
Yeah, yeah.
So easy. And it's just right at the perfect time, and they're so beautiful to have. New and different also would be, what, 13 new special shapes?
I think it's 11. I think
11?
it's 11 different special shapes that are coming. And I don't know whether we'll see them just on special shape days or all year long, but yeah, there are a number of those. You mentioned that a lot of them come from Brazil. I think 7 of those 11 are from Brazil. They like to make those balloons, bring them up here. They kind of make them on spec. Bring them up here, display them here, and sell them up here. So, yeah. And then there's a pair of llamas coming that were made in Texas by a good friend of mine, Bill Broker. And he's put some interesting names on those, like No Problemo Llama and Como Se Llama Llama. So, yeah. So there's kind of some fun names there. There's also a new spaceship, the Supreme Leader.
Okay, will there be a Martian with that, with smiling Martian? I mean, or is it just
it's the green alien coming out of the top of
Okay, so he'll be smiling like all of these.
Sure.
So that's the spaceship. I bet that's big, right?
I don't know exactly how big it is. All I've seen is a picture, so we'll have to wait to see it in person.
So we have llamas, spaceship with an alien.
We've got a Dracula, we've got Geronimo, we've got a Zorro boy. Yeah, there's a new ghost called Boo. And actually at the very top of the balloon, the very top, so if you can see it from above or before it stands up or it's coming down, it will actually say Boo on it. So
and I'm sure
that one's already been sold, I believe, because it's now registered in the U.S.
Why do you think Brazil, they're just creative down there? They have a factory that produces these unique...
There's a factory down there. That's one of the balloon manufacturers is located in Brazil, and they have done this for many, many, many years. I mean, going way back to the bees, those were they just decided to be creative and make special shapes. They make regular shapes too, but they're known for their special shapes.
How much does a balloon run? And we're talking about the envelope and the basket. Here's one of my favorites.
Sure, one of the early world balloons.
Yes.
Yeah, that Sid Cutter, who had the World Balloon Company, and gave rides and did all kinds of things. So yes, he had a number of different world balloons.
And this is from the 25th anniversary, 1996, and again, now we just had the 50th, and now we're in the 53rd year. But yes.
Yeah.
I love that.
A new balloon, if you were to just call up a dealer and say, I just want a balloon, and they kind of say, well, we've got these 3 or 4 in stock, probably somewhere around $40,000. If you wanted to special make it, like a world balloon would be, with the special designs, those types of things, then the price obviously goes up. You can, though, because people are always trading, there's always the used market, you can probably get a good used balloon for somewhere around $15,000 to $18,000, or a starter balloon, which would give you a year or two of flight on it, for about $5,000.
Oh wow!
So you can kind of get in at lots of different price breaks.
Very good. How long have you been a pilot, Art Lloyd?
I got my pilot's license in 1989, so I've been flying for however many years that is. I did take a break in my flying career, but I've been a pilot since way back in 1989. I started with Balloon Fiesta, though, back in 1983. So we're at 40-some years of Balloon Fiesta, doing all kinds of things, from being a pilot to being on the media committee to being a navigator. We called them volunteers at the time. I worked in the media tent. I worked at the Gondola Club. I worked on the scoring team. And for the last 10 years, I've been the announcer at Balloon Fiesta. 9 years, we've had Balloon Fiesta Live.
Oh, boy. So you add the Balloon Fiesta Live on top of all of that.
Yeah, well, I don't fly at Balloon Fiesta anymore. I still fly. I flew last weekend. But, yeah, I don't fly at Balloon Fiesta because I now spend those 10 days, as a lot of people do. There's a lot of balloon pilots and crew that actually don't fly Balloon Fiesta because they come out and volunteer their time in one of the 1,200 volunteer positions that we use at Balloon Fiesta.
And it's phenomenal. And the volunteers and navigators get nice jackets. They get T-shirts such as this. They're fed at Balloon Fiesta. And, of course, they're fantastic ambassadors for the city of Albuquerque, for the state of New Mexico, to visitors from all over the country and all over the world. I mean, it's right in our backyard. What a wonderful thing to do as a volunteer. I mean, you can volunteer in many different positions across the city, but if you want to have fun and volunteer, the Balloon Fiesta is really the place to be, and they treat you very well.
Just remember, it's early mornings, late nights, and a lot of walking.
A lot of walking. What tips can you give our viewers? We tell them always leave early, use park and ride your bike.
Yep, we have bike valet, and the North Diversion Channel comes right up to our bike valet, which is basically on the south end of the field. It's free, and you can take care of that. If you're driving to Balloon Fiesta, I like to remind everybody that parking is $20 a car, and it's cash only. You know, most of us these days are moving to more and more cashless, so we don't want anybody to get caught out with that. So I remind people that parking is cash only. Be prepared for that. And yes, do come early. The gates open at 4:30 a.m. and at 3:30 p.m. for those evening events. So yeah, get there early. Check the traffic patterns, and you can see those on balloonfiesta.com. Check those so you know where you're going, and don't try and go around the back ways. We have created special routes for balloon crews and navigators and pilots to get in, and when the general public gets in there, then you're being routed out, and it just makes for a not so pleasant
And I think
experience.
The park and ride, you need to buy those in advance. You have to go online and buy your tickets. No same-day purchases at the bus.
Correct, and those are weekends and then Thursday, Friday, so no park and ride Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday.
And really, maybe a nice time to come would be a Monday, Tuesday, or Wednesday for local folks. I mean,
Monday and Tuesday, I think are fabulous days because those are competition days. And yes, there's a little less, but it's like we call it an ascension, but it's about half the balloons will lift off from the field. The other half are going to go somewhere else, at least a mile away, and attempt to fly back into the field to the targets. I call it a mass ascension in reverse. But when those balloons are coming back in, it's just like, those are the days.
Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday.
Yeah, Wednesday is actually the Flight of Nations, so it's back to a mass ascension. But Monday and Tuesday for sure. Kids Day, Thursday, all the kids are going to be out on Thursday with free giveaways and that kind of stuff as well. If you're trying to avoid the crowds, Monday and Tuesday are the days to do it.
And of course, if you're local, you can come try the weekend, but also come that Monday and Tuesday. It's really just a delight to come at that time.
And then I tell people, come out and experience Balloon Fiesta, then go home and watch Balloon Fiesta live and see what you missed. Because we're going to have 10 camera angles this year. So that's more than we've had. We're adding a drone camera. We always have one in a balloon, and we've actually got pilots clamoring to be the pilot who flies the Balloon Fiesta live camera. So we're adding another mobile camera as well. So we're going to have more camera angles this year than we've ever had before. And so you'll be able to see, when you're standing on the field, you're just your head is just spinning, you're doing all this stuff. But when you can go home and watch the 10 different angles and say, oh, I missed that, because you were over at the other end. I think it's a great time to do that. And then on the field, you won't hear Ted, myself, or you. They'll have to be listening to the stream. So go home and watch and see what we had to say about
I also tell people in preparation of going to the Fiesta, watch Balloon Fiesta live to see what you're getting into. Because if you've never been or your relatives are coming from out of town to visit you and you have to explain everything, tell them just watch a couple clips.
Absolutely.
Watch a couple clips of Balloon Fiesta live, really to orientate yourself, because it is so unique. To have an event start before sunrise, that's so unique, right? We're used to going to a carnival where you're there in the day and then all the lights come on at night, but this is in reverse. It's black, pitch black, and then you see the gorgeous balloons launching. We're going to have, what are the times, I think, what time does it start? 5:45 will be the
drone show's at 5:45.
5:45 a.m. 5:45 a.m. is the drone show. What year is this for the drones? Maybe
4.
And very popular.
Yep. And then there's another drone show after the glow nights. So the glow is like 6:30 to 7:30. Team Fast Tracks jumps in with their pyrotechnics at 7:30. 7:45 is the drone show. 8 o'clock is the fireworks. So back to watching ahead of time. If you're not sure what days to come, then absolutely go back and watch last year and say, well, what did they do on Monday? What did they do on Saturday? What did they do on Wednesday? What's this special shape thing that they do on Thursday and Friday. Go watch those, and then that will help you. If you had to limit the days you were going to come, that will help you choose which ones.
Again, 5:45 starts the drone show.
Right.
And then it's the
At 6 o'clock is the Dawn Patrol.
Dawn Patrol, which is
Pilot's
so
briefing
glorious.
is at
It's
6.
still dark.
Still dark.
And then you see maybe 12
or 13.
12 or 13 balloons lifting off like little candles in the sky at that time. Just precious. And then get there early. I mean, there's so much to see and do before the sun rises.
Not to mention all the shopping and food and all that other stuff that's there. By the way, we're planning on having one of our mobile cameras in a Dawn Patrol balloon on Wednesday morning. So you'll be able to experience Dawn Patrol like a pilot does by watching Balloon Fiesta live.
So all that happens then at sunrise, then the balloons...
7 o'clock, we finally get to the rest of the balloons flying.
The rest of the balloons. And then there's competition, oftentimes.
Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday.
Oh, brother. Then you go home and rest. Then you come back. Gates open at 4:30.
4:30 in the morning, 3:30 in the afternoon.
3:30 in the afternoon. And what happens at 3:30?
So at 3:30, that's the time to come and get your shopping, your burritos, kind of get there early because the evenings get lots and lots of crowds. So activities really get started at 5 o'clock in the evening sessions. Team Fast Tracks jumps in with the flag. Then by 6:30, we're up to the balloon glow or glowdio if we're doing special shapes. And then, like I said, then we follow that up with
the drone show, and then fireworks.
Fast tracks, all that stuff again.
Fast tracks, and then the drone show.
That entire schedule is on balloonfiesta.com,
Crazy.
and it's in the mobile app
Start
as well.
resting now. It's for next year, for this year and next year. Thank you very much, Art Lloyd Jr., for all you've done for so many years at the Balloon Fiesta. And thanks for KCHF TV for bringing you this program. I'm Diane Kinderwater. We know it's going to be a great week because it's Balloon Fiesta time here in New Mexico. We'll see you. Bye-bye.
Issues and Answers with your host Diane Kinderwater is presented as a public service to inform, educate, and better the lives of New Mexicans. To comment on today's program, email us at info@kchftv.org or call us at 505-345-1991. Join us again for Issues and Answers with Diane Kinderwater.